The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by SIDEBAR, its guests, callers, and advisors are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS Verizon Media Group. SIDEBAR, a 103.5 The Beat podcast, is a production of ILTV Studios and may not be reproduced or represented, in part or in its entirety, without the express written consent of Verizon Media Group. SIDEBAR is the intellectual property of Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2024. All rights reserved.
Welcome back to SIDEBAR, 103 The Beat podcast, powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna, and today we are talking numbers, which, I didn't think it through, right? Numeracy. We're talking numeracy today with Miss Hall from the Bahamas
Numeracy Association.
Okay, because I wasn't sure. I didn't want to mess up.
Yeah, understood.
So tell us why you're here today. I think is it a month of recognition or is it Numeracy Day?
Okay.
So let's not jump ahead. Sorry. Tell us about Bahamas Numeracy Association.
Okay, so the Bahamas Numeracy Association is a newly found non-profit organization, and the purpose of the organization is to cultivate an appreciation for math in the Bahamas, because that's something that is severely lacking. Okay, and for the month of March, we want to launch the organization in conjunction with celebrating national or international Pi Day.
Okay, so what is March
14th?
Yeah, okay,
yes,
the 3rd and the 14th. I got it. All right. So why is this important? What's the reason that you felt that the group of you felt that you needed to start an organization specifically for numeracy?
Okay, well, I'm a math teacher, and I have been for the past 15 years. And I realized that a lot of persons suffer in mathematics. And what I wanted to do, because I'm actually the founder of the organization, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring persons together who are like-minded outside of the classroom, because I realized that a lot of students get lost inside of the classroom, and then that translates into, I guess, the greater community. So I wanted to take it outside of the classroom, bring a bunch of people together who are like-minded, and connect with different stakeholders, different organizations, peer persons from different walks of life, not just in education, to assist us with this goal of spreading the love of numeracy and advocating for mathematics in the Bahamas.
All right, so where do you say you're a teacher. I don't know why I say that like I'm accusing you. You're a teacher. Outside of the classroom, where do you see this deficit in numeracy impacting the Bahamian public?
Oh, everywhere. When you go to different offices, different government agencies, cashiers, food stores, it's obvious and it's blatant all over. So yeah, so it's something that is obviously I'm very passionate about because I love numbers. And I think it's something that needs to be fixed in our society. I see a lot of persons talking about literacy, not that it's not important,
right,
but it typically overshines numeracy. And I just want to have a group of people who are advocates for numeracy as well, and spreading that and getting that that message out there that numbers are important and that we need our country, our culture to become better on one numerate.
How does that work? What does that look like? Because, with literacy, it's easy. You're like, okay, let's read some books together. But how does numeracy work in the wider public in terms of creating numeracy awareness? Because I don't imagine that you're going to be on the side of the road, or maybe you will, with chalkboards and saying, hey guys, solve this math equation.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is the plan exactly to get the public more involved or concerned about numbers?
Okay, well, partnering with different organizations, having things like career fairs where you bring persons like lawyers or engineers or contractors together to speak to students or different persons to let them know that math is used in everything. You don't just use math in the classroom, or not just math teachers use it. So having career fairs, having different talks with people, like partnering with different churches, different organizations to help spread the awareness.
And so the target is still going after young persons as opposed to, I don't want to say the elderly, but persons who already left school.
Not necessarily. No, we want to target, we don't want to discriminate against anyone. So when I speak about career fairs, not just young persons are looking for careers or looking to, pivot into another career or different fields or whatever like that. So we're looking to target everyone. And then, like I mentioned, churches as well. So young and old, we want to spread this love of mathematics.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk with you a little bit more about, I guess, the role that parents would play in getting their kids interested in numbers. So this is Sidebar, 103 to Beat podcast, powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, ambitious women. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? This is your chance to shine. I'm Adriana Fox, co-founder of the Fox Foundation.
And I'm Adriel Fox, legacy advocate of the Fox Foundation.
We're thrilled to announce the second annual Women's Entrepreneurship Episode Grant Initiative, created to empower and support women like you who are making waves in the business world.
This year, we're offering $75,000 in grants to female entrepreneurs with innovative business ideas in undersaturated markets and industries that have yet to reach their full potential. Our top 3 prizes are $25,000 for first place, $20,000 for second place, and $15,000 for third place. In addition, 7 runner-ups will receive $2,000.
We encourage businesses such as those in digital markets like web innovations, AI-driven service, niche e-commerce, or emerging industries such as green technologies, health tech, cultural tourism, and personalized educational platform. Whether you're launching a startup, scaling your business, or tackling that big idea that needs a financial boost, this grant is for you. Last year, we funded 10 incredible entrepreneurs, and this year, it could be you.
Imagine what you could achieve with the funding to grow your dreams.
Apply now and join a powerful community of women entrepreneurs leading the way. Applications are open from January 31st to February 28th. Don't wait. Visit our website for more information. This is your opportunity to break into a growing market and make an impact. Apply today and let's build a future of unstoppable women entrepreneurs together.
Who are the boss for dancer?
International events and production. Alive, Bahamas Air, Everybody Wins Live, and Field of Vibes Bahamas Weekend presents
the Evolution Concert on Saturday, March 29th at Clifford Park, featuring Vibes Cartel and Friends.
Bahamas, Nassau, where you see Saturday the 29th of March.
It's one of the biggest events to hit the shores of Nassau, Bahamas.
Get ready for Addy the Teacher, the Dancehall King, aka the World Boss, Vibes Cartel.
Real bad man, no muggle in a shot.
Log into our official airline Bahamas Air for travel specials. It gets better. We're also giving away a brand new Cybertruck.
And up to $50,000 in cash and prizes at the concert. Compliments of Everybody Wins Live.
Log into our website, feelthevibesweekend.com.
For tickets, tables, skyboxes, and more info.
Visit Ticket Flair or email intlevents242@gmail.com.
WhatsApp or call 1242-808-2369.
I remember Cartel I go did it.
Welcome back to Sidebar, 103 The Beat podcast, powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna, and today we have with us members of the Bahamas Numeracy Association, which sounds very fancy. Anytime I hear association, it's like, oh God, they serious, they're serious. And we're talking about math, I guess the importance of math in general society, and I guess building that awareness for persons to realize the importance of math. Miss Hall.
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Hall.
Mrs. Hall.
Mrs. Hall.
Uh-huh.
I know children are a captive audience.
Of course.
They don't really have no choice in the matter. They stuck in school, the ones who make it to school, all right? They're stuck there. They have to listen to you explain that math is important. Maybe it clicks at some point later in time, maybe it doesn't, right? But when they go home, if their parents don't see the importance of math, all right? Because as a sidebar, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a veterinarian. And my grandmother was like, ain't nobody could pay nobody to be no old cat and dog doctor. That's literally what she said. And I remember she wanted all of us to become teachers. And I remember showing her in her Collier's encyclopedia that veterinarians in America and the world over make like 4 times what teachers make. She still it's a cat dog doctor. She didn't see the value in it, right? I fear that there are parents out there who are like, well, what's the point of my child even going through all this at school? It's whatever. They just got to go to school because it's legally required for them to go to school, but they don't see the importance of math for their kids. How do you reach them? That's the question.
Okay.
Sorry. I apologize for the long lead up to the question.
No worries. So that is also one of our goals, I guess, to have parental seminars and target parents and get them to come in and let us teach them the importance of sharing the joy of math with them. Now, what parents can do, even if they can't do math, because a lot of persons fear math, they have a serious math phobia. So what parents can do, as simple as making money, their paychecks or things like that, they can relate mathematics and the love of mathematics and numeracy with money, because a lot of students, there's a disconnect with math. And so I find a lot of times when persons relate math to money, that you get them to understand, you get them to become more excited about mathematics. So that's something that parents can do, because everybody who's working receives a paycheck. So they can relate or tell the students about, or tell their children rather, about mathematics and how it relates to money. Because that's one of the areas that I find as a teacher that a lot of students fall down in. And it's very surprising, consuming mathematics. I'm forever telling my students, like, I can rob y'all, because they literally don't know how to calculate basic wages.
Wow.
Okay? Yeah. So that's something that parents can do, because like they don't want to get robbed. So you have to know math in order to calculate your salary to ensure that your boss isn't, robbing you. So that's one of the ways that parents can, help their children with numeracy and mathematics.
Bosses or food stores, because there are times when you go to the food store and there'll be an item where you buy one, there've been times where you go in the food store and one canister of gas is $2.50, but then if you buy all 4, one was $3. What was it? One was $2.50, and then when you buy all 4, it was $8, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense, because that's cheaper than if you bought.
Definitely.
But like people be like, oh no, buy the pack. You know what I'm saying? And so and honestly, I question the moral integrity, or maybe the people at the food stores also don't understand that. And so that would also be a big part. Do you think, because the Bahamas is a relatively young country, all right? But where we would like to go requires us to have infrastructure, we have to build the country, whether that's like the people itself or actual physical things. And all these things require, you need engineers. Definitely. On some level, all right? Do you think that because we've for a long time just delayed even looking at numbers, that has impacted the growth of the country in a general sense?
In all honesty, I really do think that our phobia or fear of numbers has sort of stunted our growth in the world at large, because math is important. And being mathematically literate, it helps you in so many different facets of life. And I don't think a lot of persons realize that, like how far math can take them or what all math is involved in. And I think because of that, and then because of a fear that was instilled in them, maybe from their parents and then their parents' parents, and it trickled down, that a lot of our people have that fear. And because of that, we aren't as far as we need to be.
Yeah. I hear you saying that you're going to have seminars. I feel like you guys are going to have to trick people into
attending the seminars.
Not just attending the seminars, but trick them into either learning or revising their concept of math. Because, so, I don't know if Miss Symonette told you, last summer we did actually go out and we was like, oh, if you solve this equation, you win a prize or whatever, right? We did that. And there are people of all hues and all stations in life. They couldn't solve it. The guy who was like a carpenter was like, no, that's not how you find the area, because he has to use it on a daily basis. And I think it's interesting because a lot of times what you have is person saying, oh, this child is good with their hands. They need to go learn how to nail something together or become a plumber or become a mechanic, as though those things don't require math, which is probably why your car don't work properly, because they don't understand the difference between the empirical, the different systems, right? So that's my concern. Like, how do you get persons to see that? Because in your experience, do you think the parents are going to willingly come to these seminars, or is it that you're going to have to convince them, like, this is going to put your child in a better place? Like, how are you going to get these parents to come into these things?
Definitely. You're definitely going to have to convince persons to come to these different seminars and webinars and all of the different workshops that we're going to hold. Now, initially, hopefully after a period of time and we've established ourselves, like, the name will speak for itself. But initially, of course, we're going to have to, I guess, sort of trick persons to attend the different seminars by having, different giveaways or enticing them in different ways, and then sneaking a little math in there and saying, okay, look here, this involves math and this is what we're about, and getting the information about like that.
So let me ask you then, where did your love of math come from?
Oh, high school teacher. I had an excellent high school math teacher.
Like, was it a moment of the world just opened up, you understood it, or was it always that you were always like inclined in that area and then something happened?
Definitely not. When I entered high school, I was horrible at math, and he did a complete 180 on me. So his passion, I guess, spread to me, and I realized that, oh, this is fun. So I love solving puzzles and things of that nature. And I realized that, okay, it's, similar. When I solve an equation, I was like solving a puzzle for me. I was excited, So he caused this excitement to come up in me for mathematics.
I have math is not my thing.
Okay.
Right. But that's for various different reasons. I had a teacher in college that broke my brain. But, such is life, right? But I do remember when I was in grade 9 at CHUs.
Okay.
Right? There were students in the class and they're like, oh, Miss Johnson, we ain't need no math. Right? One of them said, I don't need no math, I can be a drug dealer. And she's like, how you gonna be a drug dealer if you don't know math?
Exactly.
Because you don't know how to measure how much a kilo is, and then the people go kill you because you shot them. I don't know if that was necessarily, in the curriculum or the syllabus, but it was one of those times where I feel as though the teacher was able to bring it to the person's level, right?
And relate to the student, yeah.
Right, and so I hear you saying you're going to do these puzzle and stuff. I am interested in seeing how it all works out. Tell me a bit about Pi Day. That's March 14th. All right, that's when you guys are going to be launching.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so tell me a little bit about Pi Day. What are some of the things that we can expect from you guys? How can persons celebrate Pi Day?
Okay, so as you said, Pi Day is celebrated on March 14th. The approximation, the 2 decimal places of pi is 3.14, so that's why it's internationally celebrated on 3/14, March 14th. So on Pi Day, typically schools and different math enthusiasts celebrate Pi Day by having different things related to pi. So we have, and in sometimes it's just fun things like a pie eating competition. So you literally eat pie. There's something that we do every year called a pie recitation competition.
Right.
So pi is an irrational number, which means it goes on and on and on and on and never stops. So we see which student can say the most digits of pi, and that student would get a prize. So that's something that we typically do during Pi Day. I've had Pi Day competitions and Pi Day scavenger hunts. So that's something that we're going to be looking forward to and doing and utilizing as well, where students or persons rather search for different things involving pi. So we'd use like the area formula or the circumference formula, and they'll solve that, and then their answer.
You had me up until that.
Yeah. And so they'll use their answer, and their answer will take them somewhere, and they'll get another clue, and so things like that.
So how can the general public participate? Do you want them to donate prizes to their schools? Do you want them to how do you want them to participate in this event?
Okay, so what we plan to do is reach out to several schools and assist them in their Pi Day celebrations. We also plan to wear shirts for Pi Day, and we plan to sell them as well. So we plan on reaching out to different organizations, banks, law firms, so that they can wear.
So listen, let me tell you something. Hey, you keep on saying law firms. Lawyers is the one people who don't trust the numbers.
Oh, geez.
But that's me. That's a pretty smooth thing, right? I just feel like. But yes, you're going to reach out to different corporate organizations in the hopes that they can help contribute, or
they can help spread the awareness. So when they purchase those shirts, right? Yeah, so they're assisting us. They're contributing to the Bahamas Numeracy Association by purchasing the shirts and funding us, and then they're promoting the awareness of Pi Day by wearing the shirt.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk with Ms. Symonette a bit more about math. You're listening and watching Sidebar 103.B podcast powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna. We'll be right back.
Hello, ambitious women. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? This is your chance to shine. I'm Adriana Fox, co-founder of the Fox Foundation.
And I'm Adriel Fox, legacy advocate of the Fox Foundation.
We're thrilled to announce the second annual Women's Entrepreneurship Episode Grant Initiative, created to empower and support women like you who are making waves in the business world.
This year, we're offering $75,000 in grants to female entrepreneurs with innovative business ideas in undersaturated markets and industries that have yet to reach their full potential. Our top 3 prizes are $25,000 for first place, $20,000 for second place, and $15,000 for third place. In addition, 7 runner-ups will receive $2,000.
We encourage businesses such as those in digital markets like web innovations, AI-driven service, niche e-commerce, or emerging industries such as green technologies, health tech, cultural tourism, and personalized educational platform. Whether you're launching a startup, scaling your business, or tackling that big idea that needs a financial boost, this grant is for you. Last year, we funded 10 incredible entrepreneurs, and this year, it could be you.
Imagine what you could achieve with the funding to grow your dreams.
Apply now and join a powerful community of women entrepreneurs leading the way. Applications are open from January 31st to February 28th. Don't wait. Visit our website for more information. This is your opportunity to break into a growing market and make an impact. Apply today, and let's build a future of unstoppable women entrepreneurs together.
Who are the boss for dancer?
International events and production. Alive, Bahamas Air, Everybody Wins Live, and Field of Vibes Bahamas Weekend presents
the Evolution Concert on Saturday, March 29th at Clifford Park, featuring Vibes Cartel and Friends.
Bahamas, Nassau, where you see Saturday the 29th of March.
It's one of the biggest events to hit the shores of Nassau, Bahamas.
Get ready for Addy the Teacher, the Dancehall King, aka the World Boss, Vibes Cartel.
Real bad man, no muggle in a shot.
Log into our official airline Bahamas Air for travel specials. It gets better. We're also giving away a brand new Cybertruck.
And up to $50,000 in cash and prizes at the concert. Compliments of Everybody Wins Live.
Log into our website, feelthevibesweekend.com.
For tickets, tables, skyboxes, and more info.
Visit Ticket Flair or email intlevents242@gmail.com.
WhatsApp or call 1242-808-2369.
A member cartel I go did it.
Welcome back to Sidebar, 103 The Beat podcast, powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna, and today we are talking numbers, but not those numbers, like regular numbers. Joining me as part of your vice president of the Bahamas Numeracy Association.
Yes.
Right. This is Mrs. Symonette. And so I know that part of the mandate of the Bahamas Numeracy Association is to get the word out about math. All right? For the people at home right now who are listening, who are watching, and they're saying, wait, math is for teachers. That's not for the regular everyday person. Why should I be concerned about math? Why should I be helping in the proliferation of math? We know all the danger that math has caused. Pythagoras died for his theorem. That's the thing that people don't talk about, that Pythagoras' theorem.
But this is a good thing. This
because literally,
this is telling us how important
the
math
Greeks were so
is.
sick and tired of Pythagoras and his angles and things. They like, hey, come with us. And the official story
We cannot let him die in vain.
He went out in a boat.
No.
And they came back with the boat, but Pythagoras did not. So he died for that theorem that I do not remember. So what do you tell persons at home who are like, that's for teachers, that's not for me? Why should it be important to them?
Okay, well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me here. We are excited. I am very excited. Math for me is life.
Okay.
And so what we want persons to understand and appreciate is you cannot avoid math. Math is actually more than numbers. Numeracy is more than numbers. We are talking about critical thinking skills. We are talking about logic. We're talking about seeing patterns. We're talking about weighing out, does this make more sense than this option here? We're looking at pros and cons. So all of this is entailed. You better believe it. And so when we hear expressions like common sense, what many persons might not realize is that's embedded in mathematical thinking. And then on top of all of that, when you get into the actual numbers of things, we're talking about persons being able to budget, being able to compare prices. We're talking about building a home, insurance. It's just everywhere. And we feel that there is a stigma on mathematics, and we would like to change that culturally. There are a lot of persons who we find, they would say, I hate math, but surprisingly, when you look really at what they are doing on a day-to-day basis, they are using a whole lot of mathematical skills.
Is it like the difference between pure math and applied math? Is that the issue where persons are like, I don't
Well,
math?
no, I don't even think it is that. I think it is something a little bit more basic. So, what we find is that a lot of times, even just a simple question that a person might work out on a day to day basis, where they might see something, let's say they have to split a bill, and the bill is $30. And we're saying, okay, the two of us have to share this bill. Okay, how much is each person going to pay? Yes, we
But
both
that's the
need.
question is now. So anyway, because now
But the thing is, most persons, even those who hate math, can actually split that $30. However, when they see it on a math paper and they see that mathematics test,
it's they get the well, I didn't buy that. I buy the salad, right? So they know I only have $8 on the bill. But then when it comes to the VAT, right, and they're saying, okay, which the 10% of this and the 10% of that, and then the gratuity is the 15% because now you're spinning the wide, right? So like that's when things become a bit more complicated.
Just a bit, and only a bit, I must say. This is one of those things where you have just, got me very excited because the VAT, it was 10%. We know right now, thankfully, there are a couple of items where it's 5%, but 10% is so easy to calculate. I believe that most persons can do it with their eyes closed in the middle of the night. And the thing is, they don't even realize they could do it. Yes, I do.
The only reason why I know what 10% is because because of public broadcast, public broadcasting television in the United States, PBS, had a show called Wishbone, and there was a specific episode of Wishbone where they were having a garage sale, and the guy who was standing behind the thing, he did not know how to calculate percentages, and the lady's like, no, that's not 10%. Is very easy, and then she showed it, and all you have to do is 10%. Whatever you have 100%, you move the decimal point 1 point over. And that's 10%.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so that's the only reason why. So if something is $2.50, 10% of that, you move it in front of the 2.
That's what I'm talking
that's
about.
10%. But I'm saying like that is a very specific thing. Now when you get to 15 and 13%, I have to say, okay, let's go to 1% and then add 1% 3 times. It's a
Well, the thing is, if right now we live in a society where people walk with smartphones, everybody pretty much has a calculator. And so
I don't know to use a calculator, so that's neither out of there. That's neither, that's fine.
And so right now we actually have these tools that can empower persons so that, let's say, okay, maybe not everyone can riddle off their multiplication tables or multiples, but you know what? We can actually empower them. And I'm glad you used the example that you learned it on a show, because the Bahamas Numeracy Association, this is one of the things that we're trying to promote and encourage, that learning and mathematics should not be confined to a classroom space. This is something where we need to approach this from all angles in the community. If it's television, if you know something just now, I believe you just taught someone how to calculate 10%, okay? Because pretty much you just told them, if you want to find 10%, just multiply by 0.1, or they could use that 10 and the percent symbol that is actually on the calculator that is on their smartphone. So I am sure there are persons right now who are pulling out their calculators who are doing 20 times 10% equals, and they are finding out that's $2. So I just love that.
So okay,
this is happening.
So I just want to circle back to the idea of math, right? So yes, you talk about not everybody learning their multiplication table, right? And you only learn up to 12, all right? There was a point in time where I feel like they were trying to teach us past 12 times table, right? But then the teachers stopped, right? I don't think
you were in advanced class.
No.
Very good.
Yeah, I had old teachers. My question is on this, right? Is there a problem when people are only, because that's learning to recite something or learning to repeat something, when you get in the real world and then you have to put it to use outside of what the prescribed usage on the tin, I feel like that's when the problem kicks in, and where people are like, well, I don't know it. Like everybody, oh yeah, 2 times 2 is 4, right? They could do that. But now you say, okay, now divide 848 by 12. And it's like, boy.
Calculator, they got that if they know what to do. But the thing is,
But they
the
don't.
bigger problem.
I don't. Go ahead.
The bigger problem that we're looking at really is not the matter of finding out the answer or the quotient to 848 divided by 12. The bigger problem is knowing when to divide. That is what we're talking about now. So when we are looking at, let's say, tiling a room, we want to be knowledgeable as to how to find the square footage. This is mathematics. This is when we can actually tell, well, how many tiles do I need? We're talking about salaries and wages and knowing that, hey, if I work 38 hours and this is my wage per hour, this is how much I'm paid, being able to calculate that. As much as, I mean, we have checks and balances. The truth is people make mistakes and machines are man-made and sometimes there are errors. It is good when one has a grasp on numeracy, and that's being kind of literate with numbers, understanding, even if I don't know the exact answer, I have an idea that this is not correct. And that is what we need. So we find that a lot of persons are kind of weak with those things. And mind you, they are actually practicing a lot of mathematical skills, but because they are not aware of what they're doing, or they are not relating it to the math that they would have seen inside the classroom. So that happens. And because of that, we end up with persons who tend a lot of times to say, look, I just can't do it. I'm not trying. And that is it.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting into the deeper dive of math just being philosophy disguised. Because I mean, like, the fact that when you divide certain numbers by 0, the calculator says error as opposed to just 0, right? So
Yes.
It's like, what is 0? But anyway, is 0, because 0 isn't.
But this makes sense.
No, that's philosophy. That's not math. That's not natural math. Because it's like, the reason why Romans don't have a numeral for 0 isn't that they didn't have a concept of 0, in my opinion. It is that 0 is 0. 0 is nothing.
But this is
Therefore,
why we had to
there is
make
no
it.
representation. No. The Irish made it because they were trying to figure out if stars were in different stuff.
No, but you had to be able to compare these things, and you had to quantify when you have nothing. It needed to be quantified. And you know, this is the thing with math.
That's
People
philosophy.
don't realize.
That's not math.
That is math. That's why, what do I say? Math, life. It's like the two go hand in hand, okay? This is how it is. So math is actually something, if you look throughout history, you will notice that technically progress is made as math evolves. So what happens is math technically
every industry can say that.
And they will always have math right there at the forefront. All of those industries, technology.
The argument is that technology has only made steps and advancements because human beings are perverse creatures and the adult film industry required it.
No, it's math.
But you know what?
And even that, everything, all of it is driven by math.
So you say.
So they had to follow the numbers. They had to see, this is what is bringing us the money.
Zeros and ones,
this is what is getting the views. You got to be able to count your views.
Once again,
everything.
I'm going to...
It's just going to be
I'm going to say it's philosophy, but that's fine. Where can persons get... Do you guys have resources for persons?
Yes.
Parents, students, teachers, where can people get resources to help inside this numeracy track?
All right, so we do have a Facebook page, Bahamas Numeracy Association. They can do hashtag BNA242.
Is that to look or to tag things?
They can look and they can tag. They can do both because we are inviting everyone to be a part of it. And we don't want persons to say, well, I am not a math person. Look, if you are interested, even vaguely, come on board. You can be a part. We're inviting businesses, parents, students, anyone and everyone. We are trying to change the cultural landscape in the Bahamas for mathematics. This is what we want to do. We want to empower people. We want people to be able to run their numbers so we can have more sustainability even for businesses. We want those kinds of things. We even want to impact relationships where people could think things through and say, yes, this is adding up and this is not. All of it. Yes, yes,
It's all
we want that critical thinking in there as well.
But philosophy, because it's one. 1 + 1 is 1, unless you're Catholic. In religion. But we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk a bit more with Mrs. Hall. You're listening to Sidebar on 103.3 podcast, powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna. We'll be right back.
Hello, ambitious women. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? This is your chance to shine. I'm Adriana Fox, co-founder of the Fox Foundation.
And I'm Adriel Fox, legacy advocate of the Fox Foundation.
We're thrilled to announce the second annual Women's Entrepreneurship Episode Grant Initiative, created to empower and support women like you who are making waves in the business world.
This year, we're offering $75,000 in grants to female entrepreneurs with innovative business ideas in undersaturated markets and industries that have yet to reach their full potential. Our top 3 prizes are $25,000 for first place, $20,000 for second place, and $15,000 for third place. In addition, 7 runner-ups will receive $2,000.
We encourage businesses such as those in digital markets like web innovations, AI-driven service, niche e-commerce, or emerging industries such as green technologies, health tech, cultural tourism, and personalized educational platform. Whether you're launching a startup, scaling your business, or tackling that big idea that needs a financial boost, this grant is for you. Last year, we funded 10 incredible entrepreneurs, and this year, it could be you.
Imagine what you could achieve with the funding to grow your dreams.
Apply now and join a powerful community of women entrepreneurs leading the way. Applications are open from January 31st to February 28th. Don't wait. Visit our website for more information. This is your opportunity to break into a growing market and make an impact. Apply today and let's build a future of unstoppable women entrepreneurs together.
Who are the boss for dancer?
International events and production, Alive, Bahamas Air, Everybody Wins Live, and Field of Vibes Bahamas Weekend presents
the Evolution Concert on Saturday, March 29th at Clifford Park, featuring Vibes Cartel and Friends.
Bahamas, Nassau, where you see Saturday the 29th of March.
It's one of the biggest events to hit the shores of Nassau, Bahamas.
Get ready for Addy the Teacher, the Dancehall King, aka the World Boss, Vibes Cartel.
Real bad man, no muggle in a shot.
Log into our official airline Bahamas Air for travel specials. It gets better. We're also giving away a brand new Cybertruck.
And up to $50,000 in cash and prizes at the concert. Compliments of Everybody Wins Live.
Log into our website, feelthevibesweekend.com.
For tickets, tables, skyboxes, and more info.
Visit Ticket Flair or email intlevents242@gmail.com.
WhatsApp or call 1242-808-2369.
I remember Cartel, I got it.
Welcome welcome back to Sidebar 103 The Beat podcast, powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna, and today we are talking numeracy. Mrs. Hall, you have the final word. Tell the folks, you can look directly at the camera, you can let them know what do you want to leave them with? What do you need them to know when they finish listening to the show? What should be their takeaway?
Go?
Yeah.
Oh.
Good. You're good.
Okay. So, as you would have heard throughout the show, mathematics is definitely important in life. A lot of persons have a phobia of mathematics, and we definitely don't want you to have a phobia of mathematics. We want you to realize that math is important, whether it be you going to the bank or going to the food store, getting your change, and you have to do that rounding, and so every aspect of your life, whether it's baking or helping your students, your kids with their homework, their math homework, every aspect of your life involves some part of math or some aspect of math. And so with the Bahamas Numeracy Association, we want to help you to cultivate that love and that appreciation for math. We want to, you might not know it now, and you might not have that appreciation now, but that's what we want to assist you with, helping you to understand that math is important, that you use math every day in life, whether you realize it or not, and that it's necessary for you to function in your everyday life, whether it's known to you or not. And so one of our goals is to assist the greater public in getting this or garnering or gaining this appreciation for math. And we want everyone, as much as you possibly could, to come on board and join us in this cause, so that we can, as a nation, because like I said, math is important, not just here, but globally as well. So we want everyone to assist us in becoming a better nation or growing as a nation with promoting numeracy.
All right, thank you so much. And thank you for joining us again. This has been Sidebar, 103 The Beat podcast, powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna. True God still.
Hello, ambitious women. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? This is your chance to shine. I'm Adriana Fox, co-founder of the Fox Foundation.
And I'm Adriel Fox, legacy advocate of the Fox Foundation.
We're thrilled to announce the second annual Women's Entrepreneurship Episode Grant Initiative, created to empower and support women like you who are making waves in the business world.
This year, we're offering $75,000 in grants to female entrepreneurs with innovative business ideas in undersaturated markets and industries that have yet to reach their full potential. Our top 3 prizes are $25,000 for first place, $20,000 for second place, and $15,000 for third place. In addition, 7 runner-ups will receive $2,000.
We encourage businesses such as those in digital markets like web innovations, AI-driven service, niche e-commerce, or emerging industries such as green technologies, health tech, cultural tourism, and personalized educational platform. Whether you're launching a startup, scaling your business, or tackling that big idea that needs a financial boost, this grant is for you. Last year, we funded 10 incredible entrepreneurs, and this year, it could be you.
Imagine what you could achieve with the funding to grow your dreams.
Apply now and join a powerful community of women entrepreneurs leading the way. Applications are open from January 31st to February 28th. Don't wait. Visit our website for more information. This is your opportunity to break into a growing market and make an impact. Apply today and let's build a future of unstoppable women entrepreneurs together.
Who are the boss for dancer?
International events and production, Alive, Bahamas Air, Everybody Wins Live, and Field of Vibes Bahamas Weekend presents
the Evolution Concert on Saturday, March 29th at Clifford Park, featuring Vibes Cartel and Friends.
Bahamas, Nassau, where you see Saturday the 29th of March.
It's one of the biggest events to hit the shores of Nassau, Bahamas.
Get ready for Adi the Teacher, the Dancehall King, aka the World Boss, Vibes Cartel.
Real bad man, no muggle in a shot.
Log into our official airline Bahamas Air for travel specials. It gets better. We're also giving away a brand new Cybertruck.
And up to $50,000 in cash and prizes at the concert. Compliments of Everybody Wins Live.
Log into our website, feelthevibesweekend.com.
For tickets, tables, skyboxes, and more info.
Visit Ticket Flare or email intlevents242@gmail.com.
WhatsApp or call 1242-808-2369.
I remember Cartel I go did it.